Okay, hello, A Brief on Grief. I am trying a different way of creating a video today with my phone because this will be the fifth time that I'm trying to create this video today because something is going on with my computer. So, new adventures with the phone and a different little dot to look at. So, sorry if my eyes are kind of wandering because this is going to take me a bit to get used to. So, today I'm celebrating. Today we're celebrating. Today is is the second year anniversary of A Brief on Grief. So March 24th of 2020 is when I first pressed record and started creating this series and brought the passion to bring the messages of how important it is to be aware of when you're experiencing a loss in your life and when some of the emotions that you may be feeling from day to day are actually part of grief, and how powerful that's been in transforming the way I live and the way I love. So I think it's perfect timing that on this celebration of the 2 year anniversary of this series, that we actually go a little bit deeper into that. So don't get me wrong, one of the most powerful questions that you can ask yourself is to just sit back, like when you're feeling uncomfortable feelings, to just sit back and be like, am I experiencing a loss right now? Maybe I'm experiencing a loss. Maybe this emotion that I'm feeling is actually part of grief. Those two are the most powerful questions you can ask. Some of you may want to go a little bit deeper though and find out maybe more of what the specific loss is that you're feeling. And this is what I wanted to do with you today. I don't know how this is working. I created this worksheet here. So I was just going to go through, and what it is it's just a simple little category. There's one side of the chart which asks a few Q questions and then leads you to the loss that you may be experiencing. So I want to go through that. So first, ask yourself, are you feeling disappointed or angry or let down by somebody that you care about? Are you feeling invisible or unheard or unseen, or not important? Did you lose somebody to death or the end of a relationship? Did you lose a pet? Is somebody in your life that you care about, are they going through a rough time right now? Or maybe they're going through a loss right now. All of those actually lead to a loss of connection that you may be experiencing. So failed bits of connection with people that you care about. So whether a relationship has ended and you're disconnected from that person, or you're trying to connect with a person that you're still in a relationship with and it's falling through. So or right, you've lost connection with your pet, or you're having a disconnection with somebody you care about because they're struggling. They're not able to connect as well as they usually do. So all those are different forms of disconnection. A loss of trust. This can also be a clue to a loss of trust with someone. So maybe there's been a repetitive pattern of disconnection with a certain person in your personal life, or maybe like in the relationship with a coworker or somebody at work, and it's a repetitive thing. So maybe you're starting to lose trust in that relationship. Second category here is, are you feeling like disappointed or let down from something that you were looking forward to like happening in your life? And yeah, so whether you're trying to create something in your world or you were hoping to go somewhere, get out of town with your spouse, to go camping for the weekend and it didn't pan out. Anything. It could be something that you view as little or something that you view as huge. But all of that actually is a clue to losses of hopes and dreams and expectations. That's a really prevalent loss in our lives. That's the one that often pops up daily in different, as you can see, it can pop up in different aspects and different relationships. Also, when stuff doesn't work out the way we want it to, this can lead us to feeling kind of like a loss of trust or a loss of connection from like our God or like a higher power, whoever we feel is guiding us kind of through this life and all the experiences. You may feel really disappointed and let down, and that may impact your ability to connect and feel like you can trust moving forward. So another part here is, are you feeling angry or disappointed at yourself for something that you did or didn't do, maybe, or said or didn't say? Or maybe are you feeling ashamed or guilty right now? So all of that can lead to a loss can lead you to think that you may be dealing with a loss of trust, a loss of connection with yourself, right? So if you're doing or saying things that are maybe against your values, maybe you've hurt somebody that you care about, you may feel disconnected from yourself. You know, you may be feeling, if that happens, over and over, you may start to feel a loss of trust in yourself, that, a loss of trust that you're going to show up in the way that you want, right? And that I've gone through a journey with that a little bit in being able to trust and connect with my true self versus the self that I always thought that I had to be all these years. So that's been an interesting journey too, that one. There's another one too coming down, but next category is, do you feel unsafe right now? Do you feel like are you afraid that's for your well-being? Are you afraid that you might lose something or somebody that you care about? Are you experiencing any financial stress or strain right now? Or have you lost any money? So all of that can lead you to I don't know why I'm having trouble connecting these two categories. Those Q questions will lead you into that you might actually be experiencing a loss of safety, or a loss, like a financial loss, right? So money is linked a lot to our safety. So anything that jeopardizes our money or our ability to make money can make us feel unsafe. I know what I've discovered, really interestingly in this category, is joy means freedom for me. Joy equals freedom. So when there's something that actually is limiting my joy, or something that I'm afraid may limit my joy, that feels like a loss of freedom, which feels like a loss of safety for me. So I think it's a really key connection for me, especially when I'm looking forward into kind of shuffling things around and maybe giving up certain things to try to create and build better things and greater abundance, that I have to give up some of the things that might bring me joy. So it's an interesting journey for me in this one. The last one I'm going to address, which is super important. They're all important, but this one, I really realized how big this loss is. Losses of health. So has your health changed? Do you have any new aches and pains in your body, or have any like old aches and pains or old issues that you used to have around your health? Has it returned? Have you suffered like an injury to your body? Have you been admitted to a hospital or care center? All of these are linked to losses of health, or a loss of trust in your body, which can happen if you have a health issue that's lingered for a long time, or a health issue or injury that comes and goes and comes and goes. You start to kind of feel a loss of trust in your body and what's going on for it. I don't know what else I can do. I'm not sure what's wrong. I don't know when it's going to be in pain and when it's not. So there's that whole fear around that. Losses of health are super personal to us, and they're super impactful on our life. And I've just realized, as a healthcare practitioner, first going through my own health challenges in the past, but also seeing people who are experiencing losses of health like every day at my job, like all day long. Everybody that I see in the hospital is experiencing a loss of health, and how much losses of health actually lead to all of these different losses. Like a loss of health can lead to a loss of safety, can lead to a loss of finances, can lead to a loss of connection, can lead to a loss of hopes and dreams and expectations, right? Because when something happens with our health, it can impact multiple areas of our life. So losses of health is huge. And it's a big part of my inspiration behind this is, like I said at the beginning, is to normalize this experience of loss and grief, and to realize the absence of honoring it in the experiences in healthcare, right? As well, I mean, because we've learned in general to not really honor it in our real lives. So of course our medical system doesn't honor it, because our society doesn't really honor it. So that's my passion, my inspiration behind this, which I know I've said many times in these videos, but so the power behind just recognizing when you're experiencing a loss it's huge. It's huge enough that it's transformed my life, and it continues to do that, and which is why I've created this series. Okay, so I think that's it. The end of video number 1 with the phone. I hope it worked out. Okay, see you guys next time.